Hi guys, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening to wherever you're watching us from. My name is Tell Me Famous, and that's my colleague.
Yeah, my name is Joe Money. Welcome to Content Blog TV.
Okay, so on today's topic, like I said in the title, we're going to be discussing about types of visas that you need to know that UAE offers people, because we've seen different cases, we've received different questions, where people pay for one visa and get another, you understand? So today we are going to be discussing, and we're going to be opening your eyes to all the visas that are available in UAE, wherever you are, all the type of visas that you need to know that the UAE offers people, so that you don't fall into all these victims, fraud agents, and all those stuff. So Joe is going to tell you more about that. What do you think?
Yeah, so on this video, we're going to be doing more of an introduction so that you are going to be aware of the types of visa available here in UAE. I'm going to do a rundown on the types of visa, and because why we're coming up with this is because we've had issues and people having cases of being defrauded by agents and people claiming that they do visa for people, and people maybe they want a particular type of visa and they're getting something else in return, or they want a visa maybe in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai, and they're seeing themselves going to another Emirates. So we're trying to give you like a general overview, because we're still going to treat later in our next videos, talking about the different types of visa properly and thoroughly. We're here to communicate with you and talk to you. So if you have any issues or questions on visas, you can comment in the comment section, and also with the comment section we'll see questions that you have problem with. You can tell us maybe if it's about your country, if your country is eligible for you to come to the UAE. So right now I want you to understand that this video, we're trying to communicate with you. The information is there, but we want you to understand that we're here for you, and because we're tired of hearing issues about people duping people or taking their money for visas, or people spending so much to do visa, and then when they come to the UAE they realize that they shouldn't have paid that much for a visa. So we're going to open your eyes to what it is and how the procedures and processes about the different types of visas and how to get them, and let you know if you're eligible for the type of visa and people that are eligible for the different types of visa available in UAE. So I will run down through the different types of visas we have. For example, we have we have the visiting or tourist visa.
And talking about the tourist visa, we also have it in different sequence. Like for example, we have the 90 days visit visas, we have the 1 month visit visa, and we have the 2 weeks visit visas. So you need to know the difference between 90 days visa and 30 days visa and 14 days visas. These are different and their prices are different. Also, they have different procedures that are attached to it, but all of them has been counted as tourist or visit visa. So that is one about that. And,
and to also add to what he has just said now, when it comes to the visit visa or tourist visa, we have what we call the single entry and the multiple entry. What do I mean by single entry? Single entry means if you come into the UAE now with a visit or tourist visa, you're allowed to enter once and exit once with a tourist visa. But if you come in with a multiple entry visa, you can maybe on a 3-month visa, for example, which is the highest for the tourist visa in UAE as of now. Maybe come on a 3-month visa, maybe you want to spend 2 weeks and then travel back, or maybe from here exit to another country. If you have visa of that country, like that, you can still come back as long as you have the visa. Multiple entry, you can enter UAE as many times or go out as many times as you like if you're carrying the multiple entry tourist visa. So that is one, and there are still a lot of things we're going to still talk about the visiting visa. So I'm just trying to buttress and at least try and touch on all the areas for now, because this is an introductory video about UAE visas that you need to know.
And talking about that, we have the second visa, which is the employment visas. Now this employment visa also varies, you understand? It varies in the aspect that this employment visa might be from your employee, like your employer rather. So, and it's divided into 2 different types. We have the 3 years visa, we have the 2 years visa, we also have the unlimited visas. So employment visas, most employment visas are always done in the UAE. Like maybe you come in with a visit visa, you get a job, then they give you they change your status from the employment from the visa visit visa to employment visa. Why some they can also send it to your home country, maybe
Direct employment.
they also call it direct employment.
Yeah.
Maybe there is phone interview or whatever, or maybe through an agent, all those things. This is also second type of visa, but this visa, don't forget, it's also divided into like I think 3 parts, which is 2 years. We have 2 years visa, we have 3 years visa, and we have unlimited visas. So you also need to know this one. And talking about this employment visa, there's still another videos that we're going to make on that, so that you know how to recognize if an employment visa is genuine or fake.
Yeah.
If an employment visa is unlimited or limited visa, there's a particular videos for that, how to go about it, where to go, the links and all those things. But for now, we are just going to discuss about the type of visas that you just need to know. So what do you think the third
okay, again, we have what we call a transit visa. Now, when I'm talking about transit visa, maybe for example you want to fly from your home country to UAE, from UAE to another country. Maybe for example, maybe your flight is with Emirates Airline, for example, which is another good flight, good airways to fly with, very good. Or you're flying with Etihad now, that's also very good airlines to fly with. Now maybe you have to stop over in Abu Dhabi and you wait for maybe like 2 hours, or sometimes wait for a day. That's what we call a transit visa. And I think on the transit visa, don't worry about just more about that. I don't want to digress too much. So that is transit visa, I would say. So another type of visa again we have is
before we go into that next type of visa, on transit visa, there is something that you need to know. Everybody know that Dubai is tourist attraction zone. You know, everybody wants to go to Dubai. Mostly, let me say, literally everybody wants to go to Dubai. So sometimes you may not have the opportunity, you understand, but you may have the, let me say, the little opportunity to do that. So for example, if you are going to US, you are going to UK, you are going to whatever country, and you have a layover or stopover in any of the Emirates in UAE, maybe you have to stop for like 12 hours or 8 hours, they can give you this transit visa to go into the city to see what is happening. Like you can go to Dubai Mall, Abu Dhabi Mall, Burj Khalifa, the sightseeing. You can go. This is just basically what the transit visa is all about. But
it's not more than 4 days.
You understand? Yeah. But we are still going to discuss about it in the next video, like how long, where to go, how to use it, you know, because they're like, if you can also use it with your driving license to drive, or can rent car. So that is another thing on its own, but you just need to know that there is transit visa. So, and talking about that, we have the next visa, which is the business visa, right? We call it business visa. Now, this business visa is like, how this one goes is like, for example, you are living in UAE. This business visa, I think, is most especially for people living in UAE. Not that maybe you can come.
No,
also people
for investors,
investors.
Yeah, because you know that business visa. Some people always think is maybe when you want to start a company. There's a business visa, and that's what they call the golden visa, meant for investors, people that have already started businesses in their country and want to now come and maybe establish like a branch in UAE. They're the ones that apply for that business visa. And before you can apply, there are criteria you have to pass through for you to be able to apply for that kind of business visa. And they call it the golden visa. You understand? I think the visa is there about like sometimes 10 years or something, but it's called the golden visa. This is different from maybe you want to start a company in UAE. We'll still touch that area as time goes on. So, but that's basically the business visa, because some people think maybe business visa is just for everybody. No, there is criteria for you to go about getting a business visa. There are things they will check, UAE government will check, you understand, to be able to be sure that yes, you have good standing, good reputation, goodwill, and where you started your business from, and then they see what you're doing, and to be sure that maybe you're not fraudulent or somebody that wants to come and cause problem in the society. They give that kind of visa called the business visa. So we'll still buttress more on that, and we're going to dig deep into it. So we're going to touch on this. So we've mentioned visiting, transit, we've mentioned business visa. Then again, okay, I just remember there's this visa called the student. Here, let's talk about even student visa. Student visa, are for people that want to come to UAE to study. And I will tell you something, UAE, if you come with a student visa, you're not allowed to work. You're supposed to strictly go to school read your book, and come back. So now, the student visa, that is depending on your school, that the ones that usually arrange your visa for you when it comes to student visa. It's not like you going to disturb yourself. If you apply to the school and the school gives you admission, and then after that you want to come, then I think you make payment of your school fees or acceptance fee. Then from there, they will tell you to pay money for your visa processing. Then when your visa is out, they send it to you. Then you fly into the country. When you fly into the country, then from there you resume. That's basically student visa. Then we also have another one, retirement visa.
Okay.
So that retirement visa is for, as we said, retirement visa. Maybe you were retired and you need that just to stay in the country, because one thing about UAE I respect is that it's a peaceful country.
Yeah.
It's a place that you are guaranteed about your security to a very large extent. In UAE, you're free to move around freely.
Second most safest country in the world. Second most safest country in the world.
Sorry about that. Second most safest country in the world. So, to buttress more on what he has just said, retirement visa are for people that have retired and looking for a place just to relax and enjoy the beauty of Dubai or the beauty of Abu Dhabi or any of the Emirates or the beauty of UAE. Then you can apply for that. So there are criteria to applying for these different types of visa, and there's what they call
the next type
visa,
of visa that we're going to talk about is the freelance visa.
Okay.
See, this freelance visa, it works most especially with let me say professionals. Now, professional in the sense that, for example, there are some people that they comes to Abu Dhabi, they don't want to work for anybody, because so many people always make the mistake of freelance visa with employment visa. These are two different things.
Very different.
They also make mistake from freelance visa with business visa.
No,
different. These are very, very different. Although we're going to make different videos for this one.
Yeah.
So on freelance visa, for example, now we are YouTubers. You understand? So what we are doing is we can decide that, okay, we don't want to work for any company. We want our freelance visa. We can have a visa, and this freelance visa
does not stop you.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop you from working. Actually,
surely,
you understand. It doesn't stop you from doing your job or doing whatever you're doing.
That means, although we are still going to explain more about that. You understand? Because before now, if you have freelance visa, you can't work for another company, because you have to cancel one visa for you to another one.
Yeah.
But in 2020, there has been a new law that you can work for your company and also have your freelance visa.
But
we are still going to discuss it.
But we'll talk about that later. Then there's another visa we are forgetting, which is the patient.
That is like a patient. For example, now if
for example call medical visa, I would say, or I'll call it somebody that is sick and maybe needs to come for medical attention here in the UAE.
Not just him alone, with his family
or somebody that will come with them. But I think that is for about 14 days thereabout, and if that is over, it can be renewed. And let me tell you something, all UAE visas can be renewed, even if in the country, or you all call visa change. You can travel out and come back, but all their visas can be renewed in the country. So it depends, and then they all have different prices. And when we're going to be treating on visas or the different types of visas, we're going to buttress, even tell you the cost at the moment that they are being charged, that the government is even charging.
Because that cost is one of the problems.
Yeah,
we see different things,
different issues,
different stories, different questions
from different parts of the world.
Each sum of amount of money
for visa,
which is not so. We are still going to open your eyes, guys, to know more about it.
Because you see, UAE government is a very good government. They try to make everything as transparent as much as possible. They try to make everything unique. They do their best to make sure they satisfy even the common man on the street. And that's why in UAE, I love their system, I love their government, the way they organize everything. UAE is one of the most organized countries in the world. I can tell you that. Even during this coronavirus issues and situations affecting different parts of the world, the way UAE handled her issues I was so impressed. Even till date, I was so impressed with the way they conducted the test, the way the government went around giving people palliatives, giving them food, people that didn't have food to eat, and then cleaning, making sure everybody was fine. Even people that were on overstay, they did they supported them very well. Some
Yeah.
people, they even cleared their fines that they had just to help soften the situation at the moment in the country. So I will tell you that very soon. I want you to check. Next video is coming up soon, so I want you to check. And one thing I want to tell you again is to like, subscribe, click the notification bell down there. You will see it in the comment section. You will see it downside of our video.
Yeah.
And also follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, because we're going to be giving you updates from that area in case you're on any of the social media platform. And also here with me, he's on social media as well. I'm on social media as well. My name on social media is Lord Jomoni on social media, that's on Twitter, Instagram. Then him also, his
you
name.
can call me Jamie Famous on social media.
Yeah.
Check me out, and you can ask any questions that
you're confused about
bothering you about UAE, even
Please.
the ones that we've not discussed, even
Please.
the one that you really want us to talk
Comment.
about. You can comment. You can ask
You can
us.
send us a
I'm still
mail.
going to make videos.
And if you
about
check us on our social media platform, we also chat. If you chat us up on our social media platform, we will talk to you, we will communicate with you. We're not here to see how or to extort money from people. And then if you want to go about any of these things we've mentioned, we'll direct you to the right source, right agent, or right person to meet to get anything done, so that we could have a peaceful and better society, so that our generation of this time will be able to say, okay, yes, we are actually doing our best to make everybody happy. So I would say, don't worry, check out our next video. So like I said again, like and subscribe. So
Okay.
peace out.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.